Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest Bitcoin developments and Cardano developments. Interesting day today, down for some, up for others. Dogecoin really outperforming at the moment the market. Near Protocol not doing bad as well. And of course, we've got Harmony 1 doing really well today and Phantom as well. Very close to the all-time high yet. So I'm going to do a follow-up video on that as well. Overall, I would say generally more down than up. Oh, which one is that here? Decred? Don't even know what that is. 36% interesting. But yeah, everything else pretty much either sideways or down. And then we've got these few notable exceptions. Bitcoin moving mainly sideways here today. And we start with the imminent chart, and then I'm going to take a look at and show you two things that we have not discussed before on this channel. So first of all, we have come down here in my view. There are two scenarios. One is obviously this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern that we've come down here, in which we have completed here this smaller wave 5 and the larger wave 3. We've then come up all the way to a retracement level, a fib level here, the lower minimum target here of this target box. So we've already come towards that, but this was not the ideal level. The ideal level would be a bit higher, and we can take a look at that by drawing the fibs here to the low at around 39.5K. You can see how the fib levels align here. There's one here at 40. Well, the lower one is at pretty much 44K, a little bit lower than that, so 43.8. I only did draw this here very crudely, or roughly 44K. Yeah, bit lower. There you go. 43.8 pretty much. And then we've got here the 0.382 fib level at 47.1K. I think that would be the ideal level for that wave 4 to move up to. And then we've got, this could go all the way up to 49.5K. Well, that's in my view the scenario in which we currently are in. There's the alternative, which I'm not going to mention until we've really moved through this target area, because then you have this target area which could become live. But we're going to talk about that if it really, and I did mention it anyway, but if that becomes live, we're going to talk about that. Overall, this is for me the most likely one, which would mean, you know, in that wave 4 retracement, this target area here, we already came towards it. That fib level is enough as per the Elliott Wave rules for that wave 4 retracement. So it could already have been that wave 4. But I primarily expect it to move a little bit higher. I do think this 0.382 fib level that I showed you would be an ideal level for that wave 4 retracement. But there is also another reason for that. So one reason is obviously we have moved out of this channel here. Yeah, tried to break this fib level, failed, came down, and are now retesting here this channel as support. This is also, and this is what I've told you all along here, that this could become a cup and a handle, and we are seeing how this handle is currently getting formed. Yeah, so this is starting to come into fruition here. So let's see if that is actually going to play out. And then if you go all the way up to 44K again, this could be here a breakout level, and you could really push up to that. You know, I think that ideal target level was around 47.5 that I just showed you. I mean, we can take a look at it again. Don't want to make the video here too long, but yeah, let's take a look at it again, from all the way there to down there. Yeah, 47.1 that was, wasn't it? And that would be the ideal target level for a wave 4 retracement anyway. Now, the other reason why I think we're going to move a little bit higher than here, and again, I could be totally wrong. Personally, I wouldn't, you know, if anyone, because always the questions come, you know, should I enter a long trade? Now, first of all, I can't tell you that anyway. That's all up to you. Everybody has a different strategy, so I can't tell someone who wants to hold long term, you know, go into a long trade, whatever. I won't. But I personally wouldn't do it at the moment. I had my long order trigger down here at 39.5 or 39.8, pretty much at the low. And you know, again, if you want to see my buy and sell orders, you can find them on Discord as a channel member. But they are not like day trading. Also, I rather do swing trading, and I've got a hodl portfolio as well. But overall, what we can see here, we've got this cup and handle, and we are getting very close to resistance. You know, when you get close to resistance, normally it's not the best idea to open a long trade, because you want to enter a long trade when you're close to a support, not when you're close to a resistance. Now, the other thing I really wanted to show you is here this head and shoulders that we've been talking about for a long time here on this channel, because this has really formed. And you could argue that this head and shoulders has actually already broken the neckline. So you've got a head, the shoulder, the head, and you've got this smaller shoulder here. It's not a very clear one, but you could argue that this neckline here, which is a diagonal one, has been broken here at 45.7k, and that we have come down, yeah, hit support here, yeah. But what you normally need for a confirmed breakout of a head and shoulders is not necessarily volume. For some patterns you need volume, a volume confirmation. You don't necessarily need that for a head and shoulders, but what you need is usually a retest in an ideal case. And what we can see here, we've obviously come down, and maybe now we're going to move up here, retest this line at 46k, maybe even a little bit higher. And then you could also see that wave 4 play out here, and then you move down in that wave 5. Yeah, so that would be a very, very possible scenario here. And obviously on this channel, what we do is sometimes speculate a little bit as well, because I want to make you aware what the market could do in a certain situation, you know, in which we currently are. Of course, the market could break down from here straight away, because we have obviously reached that fib level already, which is making it absolutely likely and possible that we could break down straight away from here. But yeah, we've got two scenarios in which we also move a little bit higher, and this would fit very well to that head and shoulders actually. Overall, it would fit very well into the picture here that we are retesting the neckline and then move down here. Now, a lot of people asked me about, you know, do you really think we move that low? And I think so, but of course I know I don't have a crystal ball, and I have no problem in the end to be wrong, but it's just by applying the Elliott Wave rules, you know, as they are described in the Elliott Wave books, and they have originally been formulated and further developed, I just come to that conclusion, you know. In various scenarios tell me that you could either move here and then down, you could move in here or then down. I have very big problems with finding a bullish scenario in here, and also, you know, it's just from a technical point of view, you can see it as well. We can see the indicators on the longer time frames just pointing down here. The weekly MACD, for example, still pointing down. We're just crossing the zero line here, which is another sell signal. And also, what I wanted to show you is here. This is the S&P 500 grand super cycle. Yeah, so basically the long-term view of Elliott Waves of the S&P 500. And by the way, on my second channel, the More Trading Online channel, I've done an Elliott Wave analysis of the S&P 500 last week. I'll do an update probably this weekend, and it's playing out as well, you know. But this is the longer term view, and what I really want to draw your attention to is here this. So we started here, obviously. This is a very long term view, but you can find any pattern in the smaller time frames as well, you know. This is typically how it works out, but a typical Elliott Wave possibility here of a possible pattern is this. You had your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave peak, wave 5 peak, a wave 1, yeah. So a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forming here a larger wave 1, yeah. So what you then do, you come down here in your wave 2, all right, and you can see how this is playing out with an A, B, and a C. Yeah, you can see that. And this is basically the price came down after that wave 1 top. The price did come down. It did come up, made even a new all-time high, very slightly, and then came down to below that support here in the middle. Now, does that ring any bells? Shall we take a look at the BTC chart? There you go. You're basically coming up here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your wave 1. You come down to find support, you come up, make a new all-time high, pretty much like this one here. And then you come down lower than the previous low. And this is just confirming that this is an absolutely possible scenario, and it looks strikingly similar to me. And this also confirms to me that, as I've been saying to you in the last few videos, and the same for Cardano as well, when you see something like that, and this is wave 1, and you're coming down in a wave 2, and your wave 3 is normally your rocket start, yeah? But you need to complete that correction. You need to come down lower than the wave A, and your wave 3 will be your rocket start. That is also why I don't think we're going to end into a year-long or 2-year-long bear market, because take a look at that. You know, you've come down and then you've moved up. Yeah, rocket start. Bear in mind, this is a much longer perspective, but because all of this pattern here, this larger ABC and this one to wave 2 has played out over a decade, but this is certainly possible on a smaller scale as well. So yeah, I just want to show you that. And obviously what then here played out throughout 5 years, if this was a decade, yeah, this year all of this was 5 years to new all-time highs, then if you take a look on the BTC chart, this year was a year now, so no reason why you couldn't then within half a year, for example, move to new all-time highs here straight away, you know, and build another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So it is just what I think is the most likely version. And for Cardano, it's the same thing. Cardano has also done its ABC. It's just a bit more of a complex correction that Cardano has done. And Cardano did a little bit of a different pattern, and also started yeah, basically a bit later with the move up, and then came down early as well, because it did a much more impulsive move to the upside here. And now we're coming down to these key levels that I expect for Bitcoin as well. It even came down lower than I would expect it for Bitcoin. Came down here to the 0.887 fib level, and we're now holding above this 125 level, the 0.887 Fibonacci level, also holding again above this orange line, which I've been showing you for a while now. And the bulls and the bears are really fighting around this orange line. So at the moment, it's really doing what Bitcoin is doing. Can't really, you know, say anything new. I think Bitcoin is leading the way here at the moment. It's really moving sideways with Bitcoin. And for Cardano, certainly what we currently have here in terms of ranges, yeah, because that is always important. With ranges, we are certainly here currently sitting below $1 and, well, I think the low was actually around, yeah, $1.07. It has been here the low so far, and the last significant high was here at around 160. So you've got quite a vast range, and the most recent support resistance was here at 130. So the 130 level is certainly a very important resistance level that we would need to break in the first instance before we can then move over to here the 147 level, which is the point. It is this fib level here, the 0.786 fib level at 147. So that will provide resistance. And then the next significant resistance will be at 160. So there is a long way to go for Cardano to really talk about a sustainable breakout to the upside. Overall, all we can do is watch here, because it is not in a confirmed move to the upside. It is just fighting here for survival. Not looking too good at the moment. There have always been attempts here to move up, but all of them have been fake outs really. So until Bitcoin really reverses here and does a significant move up, I think Cardano will continue to slide here and will try to fight to stay above this orange trend line. And but I'll definitely keep you updated as soon as I see any changes here. But for Cardano as well, I would expect here to find support, and then in the next wave up to really get that rocket start that we have seen here on the chart here as well for the S&P 500. And then we could talk about prices of, yeah, $4.50, $5, probably even higher for Cardano. And that's pretty much the update. Now, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. We're now over 400 members, which is fantastic, growing every day. I think one of the best communities here in the crypto world here, especially here on YouTube. So really grateful for all your support, and a really great community. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.